It has been cleared back to the off. He whipping another ball. Asoa was there to block it. Now Nicholas Jackson, he put in the tackle. And I think he's very lucky that his leg didn't really touch Asoa, because the tackle was wrong. Senegal, this is a team where Ismail Sarr is warming the bench. Ismail Sarr warming the bench for an African team.
It's Jokers. In fact, they have a very decent squad. They have a very decent squad, a very decent individuals within their ranks, and this is what a team needs to, win a tournament or win a competition. Because in as much as having the best in the starting 11, we should also have equal quality on the bench as well. So then whenever situations comes like change or any suspension or whatsoever, cars, whatever, we have other players to also come in to give, equal performance to the one missing. That is why teams need quality of materials and squad depth also to warm their bench. So I think that there's nothing like seeing the Senegalese, how they've been thriving on the shores of Africa for the past 2-3 occasions in terms of the AFCON, because they have the squad depth, they have the quality, and they have the materials also. So no wonder, in case in the second half they need fresh legs, players with fresh energy to also come on to effect the game. They have some quality of individuals. But when they were winning the competition, there was a certain playing on the left side. Now he's also warming on the bench for a certain period to, also have his time. This is what we call...
It is turning very chaotic. The two bench are fighting. The two bench are fighting, and the two coaches are trying to calm or de-escalate the situation. And it was all because of a tackle. For it tells you this game is need to calm down. I think that the referee
decisions to allow the game to flow and also have the natural flow of the game. And that is why sometimes top games like this, you see referees not issuing as many cards as they could. So I think, as you said, you try to, issuing cards to, calm nerves down and sometimes prevent, difficult challenges on individual players. I think it will help the game, but he is trying to manage every situation so well.
Yellow card to Habib Diarra. He will also miss Diarra. He will also miss the next AFCON game, either the final or the third place game. And he will be the second Senegalese player who started this game, who will not be available for the next match, and that is the referee. He's speaking to the two coaches, Hussein Hassan. They met on the pitch in 2006 in the semi-finals, and now they are leading their respective countries in the semi-finals. Is that all the four coaches, the leading the four teams, are Africans. And the last was way back in 1965. And so for lovers of African football, this is positive news to tell the various federations that, and it will be a welcome goal kick for the Egyptians. It looks like they are adopting the same style the Moroccans use in dealing with Brian Mbeumo.
Yeah, because whenever you are playing against these Senegalese, we know their engine is Sadio Mane. Whenever he finds his feet, he is unplayable. He's one of the dangerous players on the field of play. They've met him a couple of times, the 2021 and the recent 2022 World Cup, playoffs. So they know him, they know what he's capable of doing, they know his abilities, they know everything he's got under his legs. So these such players, you don't give them that room to operate. You don't give them that, that time to even think twice, to take decisions. That is what the Egyptians are also doing on Sadio Mane, not to give him any room at all to, think and take better decisions for himself. And so far, it's working well for them, as well as the Senegalese are also doing on Mohamed Salah. He's been off game. He has not shown himself in the game. He's here to, create something better for himself. He's here to have a shot at goal. He's here to cause some problems for the defensive line of the Senegal's defense. They are comfortable with the introduction of Mamadou Sarr. They've been very, very comfortable at the back. They've not, received any threat or dangerous attacks from the Egyptians. That is what they've done so well. So they are also trying to curtail the energy of Mohamed Salah and the skill set of Omar Mamouche and how pacey they are. They've calmed them down, and I think it's helping so far.
It's helping both sides. Can we get a goal? We'll do 4 minutes of additional time. Can we get a goal in this game? Complaining. I think they deserve to get something. But the referee, he doesn't agree. And it looks like we will end the first 45 minutes with no goal.
Yeah, rightly so. And as you a while ago said, barely will you see Egypt, Senegal producing, goals in recent meetings that they've met. Post the 2006 when we registered 3 goals after 90 minutes. We've not seen them producing 2-3 goals in a 90 minutes game before. So virtually tradition will continue from here.
Virtually tradition will continue from here. Let's look at the stats so far. Senegal 69%, Egypt 31%. Shots 4 for Senegal, 2 on target. % passing accuracy. But for Egypt, passing accuracy, they have 66. They've not created any chance. No shot on target and no shot in 47 minutes of action. But still look like Senegal will get the last laugh in the first half as they continue to dominate the ball. Mamadou Sarr finds Papi Gueye in midfield. Back to Mamadou Sarr himself. And Yakite, whenever he gets the ball, he's looking at his options. Diop to Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane to Papi Gueye. Yakite will pick it up to Iliman Ndiaye. Ndiaye facing a lot of challenge. Now, Nicholas Jackson, he's been dispossessed. And here's up, kicking the ball away. And it will be a welcome goal kick for Egypt.
Yeah, the Senegalese are trying their very best. Only that they've not been able to, find spaces between the defensive shape of the Egyptians. They've been defending so well. What the Egyptians are doing, and they're trying to curtail every attacking initiative from the Senegalese. They've dealt with every difficult situation so well in this very half. They've lost possession to the Senegalese in terms of talking to the ball more, exchanging passes together for some period of time, and also making an incursions. The Senegalese have made a lot of incursions in the zone of the Egyptians, but only that they've been able to, get something positive out of it. Always trying to prevent the Senegalese and trying to, I mean, push them back whenever they try to attack, and they've done so well in this very half. And I am seeing the true Egyptians again in the last 15 minutes to end the first 45 minutes. And it will improve upon in the second department of the game, where they will have more men at the back, try to, I mean, use the wide areas, the wingers, try to, I mean, spread across their passes. They will go with the long balls to, I mean, hit the Senegalese. So in the second half, we will see this kind of play more from the Egyptians. Now, so far, it's been a very good game between these two, but the Senegalese have had a better share.
All right, so this brings us to an end of the first 45 minutes between Senegal and Egypt in Tangier, goalless. No clear-cut chance from either side, but there seems to be a lot of tension at the stadium between the two countries. Hopefully, we will not get another Nigeria, because the aftermath of that game was not good at all. But let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll look into the first 45 minutes. This is GhanaWeb.
Faudrait-il changer pour que les entraîneurs africains obtiennent la reconnaissance qu'ils méritent?
Oui, bonjour. Je pense qu'aujourd'hui, bonjour Babacar. Je pense qu'aujourd'hui, les résultats méritent la reconnaissance des coachs locaux. Et les cadres des dernières équipes sont entraînés par des fils des pays. Donc c'est quelque chose d'extraordinaire. Là, vous parlez de salaire, mais moi, j'aime pas trop parler d'argent. Comme je l'ai toujours dit, mon sort n'est pas important. Le plus important, c'est aujourd'hui, c'est le Sénégal. Voilà, on fera tout pour le mettre très très haut.
Très bien. Soda, tu aimes trop cette place-là. C'est pour me mettre la pression. Hein? Tous les jours, tu as la même place. Donnez le micro à Soda.
Bonjour Aliou, je suis fidèle. Hein? Bonjour coach et bonjour capitaine Soda Cham RFM. Alors coach, aujourd'hui vous allez rencontrer l'Égypte que vous connaissez bien, oui, mais aussi sur le banc de l'Égypte, il y a un sélectionneur que vous avez eu à affronter donc en CAN. Est-ce qu'on peut dire qu'aujourd'hui cette demi-finale c'est un match dans un autre match? Merci.
Non, je ne pense pas. Le sélectionneur d'Égypte est en train de faire son chemin en tant que coach, en tant que joueur. Il a montré vraiment des choses magnifiques. Il a été champion d'Afrique. Malheureusement, moi, je ne l'ai pas été. J'ai été finaliste. Donc, voilà. Et j'aurais bien aimé être champion d'Afrique en étant sur le banc comme coach principal. Mais maintenant, il n'y a pas de match dans le match. C'est Sénégal contre Égypte, d'une demi-finale de la CAN. Et c'est le Sénégal qui a envie d'aller chercher ce trophée.
Ici au milieu.
أحمد صابر موقع تحيا مصر.
Just wait for him to wear the...
أحمد صابر موقع تحيا مصر. كان شفنا لقطات من تدريب المنتخب السنغالي وهم بيحطوا يعني مشهد البيوت وكأنهم هيقابلوا.
Please, can you come and try and fix it? Just sorry for to check from the... Go ahead, speak.
C'est lui que j'entends.
Go ahead. Ouais, moi j'entends. Ouais, moi j'entends l'interprétation. Go ahead.
أحمد صابر موقع تحيا مصر. Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. أحمد صابر موقع تحيا مصر. Okay. Yeah.
Non, ça prend un peu de retard. Go ahead, moi j'entends.
Yeah. شفنا أحمد صابر موقع تحيا مصر. شفنا في تدريبات منتخب السنغال بعض اللقطات اللي توحي بالثقة، وهي إن هم يحطوا منتخب مصر في جيوبهم، وده شفناه كمان يعني متذاع على الصفحات الرسمية لمنتخب السنغال. دي ثقة كبيرة جدا، مش خايفين. اوكي.
It's a bug en fait. There is a bug. It's cutting. Can you ask the question in English, please? Can you ask it in English? Yes. Do the translation. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So
Take the microphone. Take a microphone.
Okay. We saw a video on the social media for the players of Senegal that they refer to their pockets as they already put the Egyptian players and the Egyptian national team in their pockets. So the winning is confirmed. So do you have any comments or what's your opinion about this video?
Bonjour. Bon, je pense que quand vous me parlez des réseaux sociaux, moi c'est quelque chose que je ne fais pas attention, surtout à mes joueurs. Donc ça m'intéresse pas du tout. Je ne sais pas si c'est avéré vrai ou pas, mais ça...
Ok. Là-bas derrière, au milieu.
Bonjour coach, Baïsen, d'eSport. Coach, une équipe égyptienne très résiliente.
Please, guys, s'il vous plaît. We cannot do two meetings in the same press conference. Okay, thank you.
Baïsen, d'eSport. Coach, une équipe égyptienne très résiliente, très efficace quand elle est dominée. Avez-vous observé des évolutions notables dans le jeu de votre adversaire entre le premier match de la compétition et jusqu'à son quart de finale contre la Côte d'Ivoire?
Oui, bonjour Mbaye. Je pense que c'est une équipe qui monte en puissance. Donc c'est une équipe qui n'arrête pas de montrer au fil du tournoi des choses extraordinaires. Donc c'est une équipe qui sait défendre, qui aime défendre. Donc à ces temps faibles, c'est là qu'il est plus fort, c'est là qu'il arrive à faire mal l'adversaire. Donc nous, on s'est préparé à ça. On essaye d'éviter ce genre de choses et surtout garder notre équilibre qui est très très important parce qu'on sait que devant c'est clinique pour cette équipe et ne pas les empêcher d'avoir ce genre de situation.
Alors on va passer à une série de questions pour le joueur et ensuite on reviendra sur le coach. Satish, the question is for the players and then we come back. Ok, ici devant.
Satish Shaker, Empires Magazine. Good morning, Koulibaly. My question is that now that CAF has reduced the Africa Cup of Nations from 2 to 4 years, does that put any extra pressure on you to deliver as a player many AFCONs? And also, what is your personal opinion of the decision to change from 2 years to 4 years? You answer in English because I can't. My French is terrible.
Répondre en anglais.
Et ouais, tu es libre de répondre en français ou en anglais.
Hello. It's true that now the Africa Cup will pass from 2 to 4 years. I don't think that it's a pressure for us today because we have a mission. We want to win this trophy. It's quite difficult to be in the semi-final, so we will not, I think about this argument now. But for the future, I think that 4 years is little too much for players like for national team of Africa, because we know that it's really important for the Africa to have the Africa Cup for every 2 years. For the development of the continent, for the pride of our continent. I think that every 2 years was amazing. But now if the decision is like this, we're going to see what's going to be the future. For the moment, we just want to think about this Africa Cup. We want to make all our energy in this tournament. And then we're going to have some discussion with the service to see how we're gonna be the future of the Africa Cup.
Thank you, guys. The press conference is about the tomorrow match. It will be more relevant to ask a question concerning the match. That's why we're doing such press conference. I'm not trying to give a lesson to anyone, but also have on mind that this press conference is about the tomorrow matches. Pardon. Donc c'est une conférence de presse d'avant-match. Il serait vraiment très intéressant de poser des questions concernant le match de demain, parce qu'on n'a pas beaucoup de temps. Et donc je veux donner la leçon à personne, mais c'est pour notre intérêt à nous tous de parler également de ce match-là. Là-bas. Non, in front of him, the white cap. Allez-y, non, c'est derrière, non, derrière. Non, laissez-lui le micro, give him the microphone. Guys, just follow me. Ne donnez pas le micro, regardez-moi and then you give the microphone. Thank you.
Hello, Koulibaly. I am Michael Asare from Ghana Sport TFM. I want to ask, you've been at this stage before. You won the competition in 2021. There is a leadership group in your squad. You, Edouard, Sadio Mane. How are you bringing the young ones together to be in that mood, that vibe, to play a game of this magnitude?
Tu es libre de répondre selon la langue.
Je vais répondre en français, comme ça sera plus simple pour tout le monde.
Ouais.
Effectivement, on a, sur les 4 dernières Coupes d'Afrique, on a vu que le Sénégal a fait 3 demi-finales. Ça prouve qu'on a de l'expérience, ça prouve que ce groupe expérimenté de cette équipe nationale, qui sont Edouard Mendy, Sadio Mane, Gana Gueye, moi-même.
Of Senegal and the Pharaohs of Egypt. First semi-final game in Tangier after 45 minutes plus 4 additional time. No goal. Now let's talk about what we saw in the first 45 minutes. The stats are clear. Total dominance for the Senegalese national team, but their dominance didn't really cause much trouble for the Egyptians. 70% ball possession, 4 total shot, 2 shot on target, very feeble shot. They didn't create any big chance, 2 corner kicks, 89% passing accuracy. Of course, 2 yellow cards, Kalidou Koulibaly and Diarra. They will be missing the next games. But for Egypt, they 30% ball possession, but they created absolutely nothing in the game.
Yeah, truly, I mean, the stats speaks clear how the first 45 minutes triumphed, and of course it was a total dominance by the Senegalese national team, where they took total control of the game and tried to possess the ball more, tried to make incursions. In fact, all the set pieces went in favor of Senegal, where they had 2 corners, and also they had some shot on target, off target. They had some shot off target too as well. They create some chances for themselves. They made a lot of incursions in the half of the Egyptians, but you cannot speak same for the Egyptians, especially in their final third. They did so well defensively and also in their midfield, because their midfielders also tried so much to have prevented the attacking threat of Senegal, helping the central defense and also the fullbacks by preventing a lot of dangerous attacks from the Senegalese. So they did so well from the defense and also the midfielders. But in the final third, that was where the problem lies for of the game. They would have to make a lot count in the final third. They were off in the first 45 minutes. They couldn't create. They couldn't, do anything in that final third against the defensive line of Senegal. They were not tested at all. The goalkeeper, Eduardo Mendy, was on holiday, still celebrating the festival, and also the defensive line, the partnership, the central zone especially, Niakite, and that of the young sensation, Mamadou Sarr. they are also enjoying themselves, just only receiving the ball from their colleagues and also trying to distribute the balls. And also Diop has been okay in the first half. In fact, he's caused a lot of problems for the right-hand side of the Egyptians' defense, sending in some decent crosses and also trying to, test the pulse of the Egyptians' right-hand side defense. Then, of course, you talk of Nicolas Jackson. I've not seen the game, so much in the first 45 minutes, but he made one or two decent runs. He also tried one or two shots, and I think in the second half, a lot will be expected from him in the final third as well. So it was a total dominance in the first half, advantage the Senegalese, and I think in the second half, we will see more, even more from them in terms of the shots, in terms of having possession. We will see a lot from, the Senegalese once again. It is going to be virtually a defensive game for, the Egyptians. Anticipating that they will do it better and better is that they will be using the long balls, of which maybe they will have some chances out of the long balls they will be going in for, and also try to use the spaces in behind the Senegalese defense and try to use the speed nature of their the attackers, the Mamouche and also Mohamed Salah. There will be the introduction of Zizou, a very workaholic, attacking midfielder. Zizou comes in, he will give you that, that game plan, trying to, threat the defense of Senegal. And also Trezeguet will also come in with his skills and sometimes how he also try to send in crosses to the opposing box. So they have the quality on the bench to effect the game going into the second department of the game. But we are not going to see that much from the Egyptians in terms of possession. The Senegalese will even control the game much better in this very half, but they should be wary of how the Egyptians will come in this very half.
All right, so we're back for the second 45 minutes in Tangier, Senegal. Playing positions have switched. Senegal in their green from left to right, Egypt from right to left. And there's been some changes that I'll be taking you through. Ahmed Fatou, a defender, has been taken out and he has been replaced by Mahmoud Trezeguet. Is it to tell us that coach Hussein Hassan is telling his men to go all out in the second half?
Yeah, and as I was saying, Trezeguet has been one of the players I've mentioned from the blast of the whistle before the first department, ended. And of course, his introduction has been effected. So a lot will also depend on him, how he also effect the final third of Egypt.
It will be interesting to see what he brings on board now. Ball is in the goal area of Senegal. Goalless. Lamine Camara, the youngster, has also introduced Habibou Diarra, who was cautioned in the first half for his tackle on Ashoa. And Habibou Diarra will not be available for the next game. So definitely looks like Lamine Camara will start Senegal's final game in the AFCON, whether it is the grand finale or the third place game. Only time will tell. But the last two games, competitive-wise, these two teams are not strangers to penalties. They are not strangers at all. But Elewan Ndiaye wins a throw-in for Senegal, taking quickly back to Niakite. Down the far end, Niakite to Diop. They need to find a way to get Sadio Mane on the ball. Or maybe Lamine Camara's introduction will be the game changer for them and for Egypt. It might be Mahmoud Trezeguet. Senegal having a lot of possession, but they are not causing troubles for Egypt at all. The Egyptians are comfortably in their own goal area.
Yeah, because of the shape of the Egyptians' defense, having 4 and also 3 behind and 3 up front, having the 2 even attackers behind Omar Mamouche also helping the other midfielders when they are without the ball. So they are having more men at the back whenever the Senegalese are with possession. So it becomes very dangerous for the Senegalese to, penetrate through this defensive shape of the Egyptians. It becomes very, very difficult unless maybe they try to swing in passes, crosses from the corner kicks, or in gameplay situation where they try to utilize the wide zones, the Ibrahim and also a certain Sadio Mane. We've not seen that from them. It will become very difficult for them. The introduction of Lamine Camara will also help them create something for themselves in the final third, because of he is more of an attacking midfielder. He will also create and sometimes also try from the back. He's got that powerful strike from long range. So he will also come on to affect the game positively for the Senegalese. But as to whether
now Egypt are going trace again. Good counter attack. But there's been some delay. Mohamed Salah, captain of the Pharaohs. The counter has been stopped by Egypt, still in possession. Back to Rabat. It looks like the Pharaohs have switched to a back three. Now they are in possession. Can they do something? Yes, exchanges passing. El Shenawi back to Ahmed Ibrahim. Ibrahim to Rabat. They go along, we're looking for Mo Salah. But Mamadou Sarr brilliantly clears the ball out of danger. Back to Idrissa Gana Gueye. He's the captain in the absence of Kalidou Koulibaly. But there again, Papi Gueye's pass couldn't get to Eleman in the eye. And it will be a welcome goal kick. It looks like a game that Senegal will really need Ismaila Sarr.
Yeah, because of maybe how he will also take on players. He's so swift. He can take on players. He can also create from the wide areas. He can also cut in, sensing some crosses. And I think this introduction will also, mean something positive for the Senegalese. But they are also playing to a tune. I think maybe going forward, his introduction will also come to infection. And also, there's a certain Papi Metasa, a fine midfielder from Tottenham Hotspur. He's also a fine midfielder who also creates and also score. A scoring midfielder he is. So they still have, the men on the bench who can also come on as the game progresses to also help them, achieve something positive. So in terms of the squad, in terms of the players, they have it, and they shouldn't be of rush of, introducing them to. It depends on how the game progresses and where to fix and where not to, fix. And these are two technical brains behind the team. So we should also bear with the coach for now. It's early days here to, just keep on changing players.
Another corner kick for Senegal. They are first in the second half, but they are fifth in the entire game. And Malik Diop will execute this one. Senegal, they've lost the firepower. Kalidou Koulibaly brings on board. Malik Diop with an in-swinger, but it's been cleared. Back to Idrissa Gana Gueye, back to Malik. Malik whipping the ball. Who is that? Goes off target. It should have been. They are not taking the set pieces well.
Yeah, that is another problem. So you made, a comment of the introduction of Ismaila Sarr. I think his introduction will also help so well. I don't know his strength and how the tactical plan of the game is, where he's still also on the bench. And I think this is something the Senegalese needs to make good use of, the set pieces, because it's very difficult for them to, progress play, create some chances from open play against how the defensive shape of the Egyptian is. It is rather difficult. So they could only use the set pieces to, punish them. But the set pieces to the corner kicks and the free kicks, they are not being able to execute them well.
They are not being able to execute them. Lamine Camara down the left-hand side. He will be supported by Malik Diop to Sadio Mane. Sadio whipping to the far end to Papi Gueye. Papi Gueye to Iliman Ndiaye. Controls with his left. He's being challenged by two Egyptians. You know, what is Ndiaye trying to do? Ndiaye to Papi Gueye again. He whipping the ball across the line. By the referee and linesman. Yo, couldn't see it. But Senegal still in possession. Malik Diop to Mamadou Saha. Mamadou Saha to Niakite. Senegal in possession. But they are not doing anything with it. Kamden Iliman Ndiaye pushing to, oh goodness, there was a slip. And the Senegalese coming again. Oh, good defending from Rabat to Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Hani will whipping the ball, looking for Omar Mamouche. But Mamadou Sarr clear the ball out of danger. Papi Gueye. Now they are looking for a way to draw the Egyptians out. But the Egyptians, the moment they lose the ball, they all run to their goal area. And Nicholas Jackson draws out Rabat. He loses possession once again. I think that based on what Jackson is doing, he needs to be taken out for Ismail Assar to come.
Well, so far I think he's not done so well for the Senegalese national team up front. We know it's really difficult to penetrate through their defense. It's really difficult to play something against them. But whenever he has the ball, he fumbles and he's not being able to hold on to the ball to swing some passes together, and that is another problem for the Senegalese national team. I don't know how he still finds himself on the field of play. Maybe the coach is trying to see what he has for the team going into the 60th minute and 70th minute. That is where he will try to change him, because from their first game in the group stages against Botswana, where he had the 2 goals, the previous 2 and also the round of 16 and the quarterfinals game, we didn't see him. And I don't know why he's in this particular starting 11 against Egypt. Maybe because of his exposure and where he's playing and the club he's playing for, and coming up against the Egyptians and also the quality of materials they have. There was a need to introduce a certain Nicolas, but he is not lived up to it so far.
The problem for Senegal in this game is that their wingers are not winning the 1v1 battles. And that is their problem. They are getting the ball. They have the possession. They are winning the set pieces. Here comes another one from the right hand side. They take it with Sadio Mane. They are looking for a shot. Idrissa Gana Gueye whipping the ball, go straight to the waiting arms of goalkeeper El Shenawi. That was Lamine Camara. He could have hit it better.
Yeah, but I think it was a good try from him. As I said, he's one of the fine midfielders who always try a long shot from afar. And this is another occasion he's tried his best. It's become very difficult to penetrate through the defense. So some of these midfielders will try their long going to test the goalkeeper El Shenawi in post.
El Shenawi. His kick. He couldn't get to any Egyptian player. And so Sadio Mane who starts the build-up again. Mamadou Sarr to Niakite. The Senegalese, they are dominating in terms of possession, but Egypt are deciding how they play. because the Egyptians, they go 1v1 and they double up on their wingers. And because Nicholas Jackson is not your usual box-to-box striker, they are always struggling to get to the ball in behind. And that was Lamine Kamara's attempt on goal. He had the ample time and the freedom to shoot. But here comes another corner kick. Malik Diop will take charge of this one. Can he hit a good ball? And oh, the fight is on. Too much tension in the game. Too much tension. Can Malik, oh, another Senegalese player on the ground from, I think, a push. Let's see. Oh, it was very silly tackle from Trezeguet. He's very lucky the ball had not been hit. Probably by now, VAR will be reviewing for a penalty incident. Trezeguet on Papi Gay. I think set pieces like this. Malik. Referee is still settling scores. Malik whipping the ball. And the ball is always cleared on the front foot. Oh, Egypt out. Now they will go on a counter break. But Mamadou Sarr was there. It was Krépin Diatta rather. Was there to bail his team out of danger.
I think today one thing I've seen from the Senegalese is also that you see in their games that they've played so far, they use the right hand side to create chances. That is where a certain Krépin Diatta will create from. And today we've not seen him. He's been very conservative at the back, not trying to come out, crosses even the center line because of what? Mo Salah. That is another thing that is not working well for the Senegalese, because now they are unable to create from their usual place they used to create chances, because we've seen Krépin Diatta with a lot of decent crosses and a lot of attacking threat whenever he surges forward. But today we've not seen, even from the first half, it's only defending, trying not to go forward that much to leave space for a certain Mohamed Salah, because whenever it comes to the 1v1, these are highly pacey players, so they are also trying to defend a little bit, even though they are having possession, but in their minds they are trying to defend so well, with certain players being given different assignments, and he is one of them. They've been given a proper assignment that he's dealing with, the Krépin Diatta versus Mohamed Salah. And that is why we've not seen a lot of crosses today for Senegal, also from the right hand side.
The set pieces, AFCON again at the stadium supporting Senegal. The set pieces keep coming for Senegal, but they are not taking advantage of it. They get another one, they whip it to the fire, and who is there? And El Shenawi came out strongly to claim this ball. Senegalese, they need to make the set pieces count. And now they come again. Nicholas Jackson, he gives the ball away cheaply to Mahmoud Trezeguet. And Trezeguet and Rabat also couldn't make good use of Nicholas Jackson's mistake, and the ball rolls back to Senegal. Krépin Diatta whips the ball to the far end to Malik Diop. Papi Gay. Now the Egyptians are defending, so if you move the ball slowly, I think that you are helping them.
Yeah, and it will help them, because from this moment, they will try. If they are not finding the spaces to, hit Senegal, there shouldn't be any way of giving Senegal the opportunity to also penetrate through. And they will send the game to an extra time or probably penalty shootout. We saw them back in 2021. In fact, in the knockout phases, they played 2 or 3 penalties before the final. So this is how they are known for, and they will continue from there, because I don't know, they can equally go toe to toe with the Senegalese, but they are playing to a certain style, certain plan, whether how they will be.
Because in the opening minute was end to end.
I don't know why all of a sudden they've thrown possession to the Senegalese, and they are trying to be more conservative at the back and trying to use the long balls against Senegal, which is also not working. The Mamouchis, even the introduction of Trezeguet, it's only fouls that he's been causing and fighting other players. But we've not seen Salah, we've not seen Mamouche taking on any Senegalese player, trying to create some problems for the defensive line of Senegal. They've not been threatened from the left side to the right hand side and also in the central zone. They are yet to be threatened. Even in the middle, the Senegalese are playing comfortably, trying to progress play from the midfield to the attack until what? They get to the area of Egypt before they loses the ball to the Egyptians. Then it comes back, they win possession again. So it has become a one-way game we are watching so far. From
one-way affair. Backflip from Nicholas Jackson didn't really work. Captain Diatta, he needs to release the ball quickly. Eleman in the eye. This one, he get the ball and you see 3 Egyptians running towards his direction. Malik to Sadio Mane. He needs to make his presence felt. He needs to start taking on players. And Sadio Mane driving the ball in to Crepin Diatta. Diatta with the selector whipping the ball. But it's been blocked to Eleman in the eye. In the eye, back to Papi Gay. He whipping the ball and goes straight into the waiting arms of goalkeeper El Shaarawy. That was Lamine Camara. Senegal playing into the arms of Egypt. I will be shocked if this game doesn't go on extra time.
You see how the Egyptians are playing from long way from the goalkeeper's end to the zone of Senegal. They will be playing like they are not going to change until they concede where they will come into the game proper. But before that, we are going to see a one-way affair from the Senegalese. They are going to dominate play, trying to do something for themselves. Then the Egyptians will also do the counter pressing. Exception of that, I think we are not going to see any proper action from the Egyptians.
The game is not living up to expectations, but a place in the final is at stake. That is why the Egyptians are very cautious. They get the ball, they swing 1-2 passes, and now there's Sasua to Trezeguet. He couldn't get the ball to the space Trezeguet would have wanted him to, and Trezeguet with a backflip. And Crepin Diatta was there. He's been pushed by Sasua, and it will be a defensive free kick for the Senegalese. That was a good call. And Crepin Diatta is up on his feet. And he will be ready to go. He might need medical attention later.
Yeah, sure.
Lamine Camara to Papi Gay. Now, the Egyptians, Trezeguet is playing as a wing back. When they are defended, Trezeguet plays as a wing back. And he's been stopped. Senegal again. Eleman in the eye. It's not really been felt in the eye. He's struggling to beat his markers. But that is what Senegal will need. Lamine Camara finds his way inside the 18-yard box. Lamine. And Lamine has been dispossessed. Trezeguet pounds on the loose ball, but he's been fouled by captain in the absence of Koulibaly. Idrissa Gueye. And Omar Mamouche wanted the yellow card for that tackle.
I don't think it's a yellow, it should be a yellow card at all. That was just a normal foul.
20 more minutes. And then we wait for the additional time. And it looks like we're going to have our first extra time for the knockout stage. Nico Jackson picks up the ball. And oh, they double up on him. They win possession back to Senegalese feet. Papi Gueye. He's very strong on the ball to Malik. On the left-hand side, Malik to Sadio Mane. Mane loses possession. The wingers today, they've been terrible.
Yeah, things are not working well for them. It is not by their, individual inability to, penetrate through the defense of Egypt and also trying to create something for themselves. They are in for the positive. They are in to, do something for their nation. But it is rather they are also playing against other 11 men. 11 aside.
No, 11 I'm not even talking about only the wingers for Senegal. The wingers in the game in general, they've been terrible.
Serious. They've not done any meaningful actions so far in the game. From the Senegalese to the Egyptians, they have not done so. The game has been centered in the midfield. And in fact, even though the Senegalese are trying to, have possession, trying to create something, but how the Egyptians, their backline, will become really difficult for, the Senegalese to also find something better. But the moment they get the first goal, it will open play and we will enjoy ourselves before the end of the game. But for so far here, I think this is a knockout game. 90 minutes of action. Should the 90 minutes result in you have another 30 minutes before the penalty shootout. So you need not to rush things. We are all managing the situation to make it into the grand finale. That is why we are witnessing. Yes, we are witnessing barely a ball in the game.
We are witnessing a very difficult game. And Eleman in the eye is struggling on the right hand side of the Senegalese attack against Trezeguet and Amdi Fati. He's struggling. They are butting him and he's not giving up because they need a goal and they want to make it to the grand finale on Sunday in Rabat. They will have to do more than just keeping possession. They will need to play the risky passes because the comfortable passing it is not going to help. And now it looks like the Egyptians are stepping out gradually. Mohamed Salah, Mamouche, and Ashoa are stepping out to press Nicolas Jackson. Very faulty pass to Sadio Mane. But the Senegalese are poised to win the ball back, but they end up giving a defensive throw-in.
Well, the two teams are, just trying to manage the situation on the field of play. A one-time knockout stage match. They all want to, make it into the grand finale. They need not to rush things. They need to be very, very careful, and that is what they are playing to, this time. And the Egyptians knows what they are in for. They have ideas in this particular game. They are in for a certain thing just to make it into the grand finale. And you wouldn't expect them to, throw in all men up front whenever, they have possession. So they will try to, make sure they utilize every single situation so well. If they are not able to, get a goal, there shouldn't be any way for the opposition to also find the back of the net against them. And that is what they've been doing so far, 72 minutes. I think to them, they've done so well because they are in for this.
They are in the game.
Yeah. They are still in the game, and they've done so well so far.
They've done so well. Another corner kick for Senegal. Malik is not playing it well, and again, his corner kicks, and there was a rebound from Gana, but the second rebound for Iliman in the eye goes off target, and Iliman in the eye is angry with Malik because all the set pieces has failed to beat the first Egyptian player on the near pole, and that is why in the eye is frustrated that we need good crosses.
Sure,
Now in the eye is stepping on Nicholas Jackson. Good one. He gives the ball away. He ends back to in the eye. Now Senegal still the dominant side. Malik on the left hand side. Send it back to Gay. Gay's pass has been cleared and is back to Senegalese feet. Pepin Diatta. Lamine Camara has switched positions with Ilman in the eye. He attempted to send it across, but the Egyptians have every single place on lock in their 18-yard box. They're struggling, and they have the height, and they are using it against the Senegalese.
They are very good defensively. They are very good defensively. And they can defend 120 minutes. They can defend 120 minutes. They are very good defensively. And that is one attribute of, the Egyptians. They defend so well. No wonder they've been able to, so far, curtail all the attacking threat from the Senegalese. They are just managing the game. One moment, one, opportunity, you will see them causing problems for, the Senegalese. So, in as much as they are enjoying themselves, they should be wary of how they also leave spaces behind them, because 1, 2, 3, they have the players to cause them harm. The likes of Salah, they are still around. Umar Mahmoud, they are still their quality, and what they have under their sleeves can never be downplayed. So despite they are enjoying themselves with possession, they should be wary of these two players and other players around like Trezeguet and the Ashuers and the likes.
Back to Senegal. Niakite is not playing the long balls like he was doing in the first half. But now it will be difficult because they pinned the Egyptians in their own goal area. And now they are passing around them. Lamine Camara whipping a good ball and go straight into the arms of El Shanawi. I thought he would have opted for a carpet cross instead of sending it.
Because the aerial balls, they are losing them.
Yes.
From the corner kicks, from the set pieces, whatever. They are losing all the aerial balls to, the Egyptians.
Pharaohs of Egypt, record winners of the AFCON. They've won the title 7 times. 1957, 1959, 86, 1998, 2006, 2008, 2010. They've participated in the AFCON 27 times, more than any other country. They've been in the finals 10 times. They've lost it only 3 times. And they are waiting for their 11th appearance in the final. But they will have to go past Senegal. And Senegal tries a new one. And Senegal gets to the first goal. Senegal gets to the first goal. And guess who was it? It was Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane get to the first goal for the Teranga Lions of Senegal. Sadio Mane. And now will be the time for the Egyptians to step out and play. They are defending for 77 minutes. Has been undone by Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane is piercing their hearts again. But the Egyptians are hoping that the referee will come to their aid, because the first attempt from Lamine Camara was blocked. And let's watch the replay. And Nicholas Jackson probably might.
Offside?
Yes.
No.
Nicholas Jackson. That will yes. But let's look at the referee's position.
Yeah.
Lamine Camara. Now it will be that the referee prevented the Egyptian player a little bit from challenging for the money ball. But we'll be hoping for what VAR will say. But Sadio Mane gets to the first goal for the Teranga Lions of Senegal.
Yeah, another powerful drive initiated from the young lad Lamine Camara. And when he was introduced, I said something about him, like he's one of the high-scoring midfielders they've introduced. And I know him for sure how sometimes he tries from far range. And when he came on, I mean, he's been trying, and this happens to be his third trial, and that was blocked. Then the final rebound took place by Sadio Mane, and of course
the way he stand.
Yeah, he found the back of the net.
Now the Egyptians will have to step out and play, but can they get the equalizer to force 30 minutes of extra time?
The Senegalese would have to now do what they were doing for the first 70 minutes. What the Egyptians were doing, the Senegalese would have to, use the last 10 minutes to also do so, to edge them out of the AFCON 2025 and make it through to the grand finale once again. And I think that the last 10 minutes to, end the entire proceedings, if they are able to, soak the pressure from the Egyptians, because definitely the Egyptians will come out with their, guns blazing, trying to, push more men forward to get a equalizer. So they are rather in to, do what the Egyptians were doing. And as to whether they will be able to also execute the attacks so well as the Egyptians were doing, time will be the best judge at the end of it all. But they have what it takes to also, now the game is widely open, and they would have to use the other spaces behind the Egyptians defense, because they will throw in more men where they will be leaving spaces behind, because this is where I will be expecting the Crepin Diates overlapping. I will be expecting the Sadio Mane's. Nicholas Jackson is a pacey player. This is where there will be spaces behind the Egyptians defense, and I will be expecting this player to exploit those spaces.
Can he exploit the spaces now? Senegal going again. Lamine Camara inside the 18-yard box. Lamine. And who is that? Oh, goodness me, Papi Gay. That was a wrong attempt on any day. At least, Papi Gay, this ball should have been on target.
Yes, just finish the game from this stage. Just finish the game from this stage. And no wonder Papi Tia got angry, because this was a huge movement for the Senegalese to have doubled their lead against the Egyptians, and game will be done then.
The coach is about to do substitutions for the Lions of Teranga. Egypt will also do their own substitution. Ashoa is done for the day, and he will be replaced by Muhammad.
Yeah. Mustafa Mohamed.
Mustafa Mohamed.
Another centre forward. So now you can see they will be throwing more attacking players to cause problems, to create something for themselves, to get the necessary equalizer their way being for. So it's gonna be an interesting game in the last 8 minutes to close the game. They will come very stronger, and despite they are also in for the equalizer, they should also be wary of their back line, because it's going to be exploited by the Senegalese also.
Senegal leading by a long goal. Sadio Mane on his way to break the heart of the Egyptians for the 3rd time.
Yeah. And I think they are on the verge of achieving that. They are one of the favorites to win the competition. In fact, the last 4 teams, they are all favorites to win the competition, and they have a very young squad blended with some experienced players who have also seen it all on the shores of Africa and also the global scene. They've seen it all, they've won the competition before. That is one interesting thing on the part of the Senegalese.
Very experienced.
Very experienced, and they have these players who have also won the competition before. Just the 2021 one in between when they won it and this year's edition. So they are in for, their 2nd AFCON trophy. And guess what? The performances of these Senegalese from the group stages to this place, look, they can
Ismail Sarr
and win against any others.
It's up, and at this point I don't think the players should even attempt to waste time, because the more you waste time, the more additional minutes you get. And Ismail Sarr is in, Nicholas Jackson is out, Eleman in the eye is also done. Ismail Sarr, another quality player that will kill to have him in the Ghanaian team. Even the Nigerians will kill to have Ismail Sarr in the team.
Yeah.
Basically, every other team on the continent.
Yeah.
But in the Senegalese team, he comes from the bench. Crystal Palace, top man. He's been introduced. But can they do the job? Senegal, so far, they've kept 2 clean sheets. They kept a clean sheet against Botswana. No, they've kept 3 clean sheets rather. This will be their 4th clean sheet in 6 games in the AFCON. If they are able to maintain their 1-0 lead, as far as this game is concerned, they kept a clean sheet against Botswana. They conceded 1 against DR Congo. They kept a clean sheet against Benin. They conceded 1 against Sudan, and they kept a clean sheet against Mali.
Yeah. So they are also a very strong side when it comes to defending. They also defend so well. They have the quality to defend. They've got the stronger midfield to also try to provide shield for the defense and also blocking opposition's attack. So they are very strong defensively and also in that midfield zone. In the final third, so departmentally, it seems like they are almost through all the departments. Even goalkeeping, you have a certain
Edouard Mendy. He's still one of the best on.
Yes, Edouard Mendy in your post. 2021, he won the best goalkeeper of the tournament. He still finds himself here. He has won the best goalkeeper on the continent before. FIFA's best goalkeeper. So this is the goalkeeper we are talking about. So every single department, they have what? Quality individuals within the ranks, and they are trying to also, ride over to make it count. And I think that going forward, especially in the grand finale, should they be able to hold on to this and make it into the grand finale, look, they will be of huge chance of clinching the title once again.
They stand a good chance of winning it, but can they see it? Can they complete the job? Lions of Teranga about to pierce the hearts of the Egyptians again. It seems that we have some small baby, so please, you should check my eye. But approaching the final 6 or 5 minutes It will be interesting to see. 87 minutes of action, approaching the 88th minute. The Egyptians want to get the equalizer as soon as possible. Tactically, they were in the game until Sadio Mane produced that moment of magic.
Yes, and they have a huge task upon their shoulders to, get this goal cancelled, and it's not going to happen on a silver platter, because I used to say, now the Senegalese would have to do what the Egyptians were doing, defending and trying to also defend so well. And we've done with almost the 90 minutes already. Plus of referees additional time, they are into play. So the Senegalese will have to stay disciplined, be resilient, and also be more combative, and try to also prevent any attacking threat from the Egyptians, making sure they do what? They mark them well to get the necessary victory they are in for. So I think they have what it takes to win the game. They've done so well from the blast of the whistle to this time. You cannot score goal at this material moment and let yourself down by what? Getting the goal cancelled. So I think they will hold on to this.
Mahmoud Trezeguet, good control down the Senegalese box. Will he be able to send it across? The Senegalese now back to Trezeguet. But even still, the Egyptians don't have the numbers in the Senegalese box to pin the attack. Good play. And they might end up conceding a corner kick, but Trezeguet will not allow the ball to cross the line. Rabat, you're whipping the ball, looking for his teammate, but Papi Gueye was there to clear the ball. It's back to Egyptian feet. And now they are moving the ball quickly, and they desperately want to get the equalizer. Faros approaching the 90th minute mark. Will be interesting to see how many minutes of additional time we'll be doing in this game. Faros now to Mohamed Salah. Salah in the 18-yard box. And guess what? Senegal needs to be very careful. But the referee whistle for an infringement against Mamadou Sarr. 90 minutes, and Papi Gueye needs medical attention.
Well, I think so far the Zizou I made mention of is one of the workaholic players in the Egyptian team. I don't know why in their last two games he's not gotten the opportunity to start games. I don't know, from the technical and tactical point of the coach, he has not been given the opportunity to start game, but he's one of my favorites in the Egyptian team. He's very workaholic, a very troublesome and worrisome player, and his introduction, I think he's doing his best to play something better for the Egyptians to ride on to get a goal cancelled before the end of the entire game. And this is going to be really difficult. The Senegalese would have to defend and defend so well. Would have to defend and defend so well, so that these Egyptians wouldn't cause them any major problem, because they will throw all men attack against them, and this is what we are seeing. Now they will have more men, especially 5 more additional minutes to be done, and the last 4 minutes to end the 5 minutes. I think we are going to witness a very good game from the Egyptians. They will try everything to get an equalizer. So let's see how the response also will be from the Senegalese.
We'll do 5 additional minutes. Papi Gueye has been taken out. He's been replaced by Papi Cisse. Now, can the Senegalese hold on to this, or can they even make it better by getting an additional goal? And Papi says, was nearly set up by Ismail Assar, by the Egyptians. Yes, right. The Senegalese, they send it back to Edouard Mendy. Mendy is not ready to take any chance. He balloons the ball now to Senegal. Now Egypt's going again. Mohamed Hani whipping the ball, looking for Zizou. And good clearance for Kepin Diatta, because there were two Egyptian players waiting to pounce on that loose ball. Zizou causing trouble. Zizou really causing troubles for the Senegalese. We have about 2 more minutes of additional time. Egypt in possession. Now Rabat will opt for a long ball. Zizou gets the first touch. It's back to Egyptian feet. If they can do something, this is the time for them. Zizou will whipping the ball inside the goal area. Baniakite clear it. It's back to Sadio Mane. And Papi Cisse, what is the young man doing? Now, can the Senegalese? Oh, Sadio Mane couldn't control the ball. It would have been an offside, by the way. Hussein Hassan introducing Salam Moshe, another striker, as they go all out to see. This might be the final kick in the game. Can the Egyptians really pull something? And there is Zizou. Zizou to Rabat to the far end. He's being challenged. The ball back to Mohamed Hani. And Hani spore to Salah. Intercepted. The Egyptians, they need to act very fast. Time is running. Time is not their friend. Zizou inside the Senegalese box. Can Zizou do something? Egyptians! Ball straight to Edouard Mendy. Mamouche. Omar Mamouche with the final touch, with the final shot. But this is not going to beat Mendy. Senegal, they give the ball away. Ibrahim sends it to El Shanawi. Shanawi is stepping forward. This should be the last attack. And Mamouche, Mohamed Salah, Mamouche again. The ball has been cleverly intercepted by the Senegalese. Attack upon attack, they send in another one. And referee, any moment from now, they were looking for a foul. The referee says, no, 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 it is not happening. The Senegalese are on the neck of the referee that it is time. Last attempt, a long throw. Egypt and Sadio Mane is there to clear the ball out of danger, and that is the end. The Egyptians you see today, you will not see them again. And Sadio Mane, for the third time in his career, has pierced the hearts of the Egyptian straight to the pyramids in the Sahara. Senegal are through to the grand finale of the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Sadio Mane with a decisive goal, and after 90 minutes plus 5, Senegal 1, Egypt 0. The Teranga Lions of Senegal have now made it to their 4th final in the history of the African Cup of Nations. Lawrence, Senegal are through to the grand finale.
Well, what a game they've had against the Egyptians. In fact, they've shown their superiority. They've shown what they've got against the Egyptians. And on 3 occasions, think they've stood masters or the champions over the Egyptians. And of course, the main man, the man who has been leading the charge, Sadio Mane. I don't know how sometimes Mohamed Salah will be in his room and be thinking of recent meetings with Senegal and how he's been tormented by his former colleague Sadio Mane. And this comes another time where Sadio Mane has, shown the exit to the Egyptians out of the AFCON competition again. He won it against them, and he has also got them eliminated in the semi-finals of this year's edition. World Cup playoffs, same. And look, I don't know, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, and the Senegalese are doing so well. They are flying so high, and I think they've been performing so well from the group stages till this particular time. They won it, they couldn't make it, count back in Ivory Coast 2023, and this happens to be another time for them to, recapture everything they lost in 2023 to make it count this time on the shores of, Morocco, and clearly they've sent a huge statement out there, making it into the grand finale again. In the last 3 editions, this is their second appearance in the grand finale. Huge achievement, impressive, with their legendary coaches. One won it in Aliou Cisse when he won in 2021. Now Papi Thiaw comes in and he's taking the team back into the grand finale again. What a story. In fact, with this group, they are making history for themselves. Sadio Mane especially. Sadio Mane most especially. A lot will be said about him, and maybe when he retires, he's already one of the African greats. He's already one of the African greats.
He deserves a statue.
Yes. In fact, he's done everything. For club and country. He's done every single thing in football. And his individual output, his commitment to his club and country, his dedication, and whenever he donned the shirt, whenever you see him on the field of play, in fact, he's one of the great Africa has produced, and what a story he's writing for himself as the leader for the Teranga Lions of Senegal. And look at the number of great players this nation has produced, and none of them were able to lead Senegal to the glory of the AFCON. He's done it already, and this is another time he's trying to write history once again. Sadio Mane, I think, credit to the Senegalese. They deserve it. From the blast of the whistle, they showed they were the better side against the Egyptians, and they've been able to also make it count at the end of the 90 minutes. Kudos to them, and we see them in the grand finale proper. What they have for us in the grand finale, whether they will be meeting, Morocco, the host nation, or Nigeria, is going to be a great final.
It's going to be a great final, and whoever they meet on Sunday. But we'll be switching our attention real quick to the other semi-final game in Rabat. Nigeria against host nation Senegal. A place for a final on Sunday. Don't forget that Sadio Mane with the only goal in this game in Tangier as the Lions of Teranga beat the Pharaohs of Egypt. Mohamed Salah might end his career without an AFCON trophy unless he will go for the next edition. My name is Jordan Shen, and I was joined by Krobia Asante Lawrence. Catch us in the next game. Nigeria against Morocco. We'll be back with more.